Did we get Roz Mocha? Are they standing by?
Roz and Mocha join us live. Roz and Mocha are very famous. Everybody talks about them. Roz and Mocha. We could not miss the chance to talk to Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha. Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
Brand spanking new show, so if we screw up today, then you can yell at Roz.
Thanks, bro.
Yell at the boss. The boss is the one that let us loose on these microphones.
I'm sure a lot of people thought I was out of my mind.
Two opposites.
When did I become the not fun guy?
Who started from the bottom.
My only focus was going to be to get on the radio.
But my problem was that I had such incredible stage fright. Everything about having an audience terrified me.
And built one of the biggest radio shows in the country.
Sorry.
This is the story they've never told.
The year before we started this show, I was in a very different place in my life. I was a broken person.
A story of friendship.
Are you serious? Oh my God, that's such great news!
So,
my God, look at me, I'm tearing up. That's such great news.
Family.
I love my wife so much, and we're having a kid.
I've said this since the day I met you. You are going to be one of the greatest fathers the world has ever seen.
Oh, thanks, man.
Comedy. And controversy.
All hell broke loose.
The stories about the boycott,
We got a letter from like Jay-Z's lawyers.
I think it would have gotten really nasty.
Basically, they were going to destroy us.
It was a massive deal at the time.
And the pursuit of a shared vision.
For me, the ultimate goal in everything is to just put heart into it.
All the epic moments.
Oh my God, breaking news!
The tears.
No! Are you serious? Oh my God.
I cried a lot.
And damn it, Maury.
Our producer, Maury.
Every time Mocha says his name, it's always, damn it, Maury.
Because he always does something in the studio to piss me off.
I knew that he would be extremely popular on the show.
The waterfall is the most important thing. It's made out of chocolate germs, you know?
A journey of laughter. And the ridiculous.
We're going to be flicking panties.
1, 2, 3,
Flick.
The best there is! The best there was! The best there ever will be!
What? Told by the people who were there.
I guess there's by the book, there was risk.
So that part was good because I would have been heartbroken if you wanted to leave.
I was confident that we could get a deal here. Given that they both wanted him so badly, he had tremendous leverage.
I would say it is a show centered around two people who care deeply about each other, about their families, and about making you laugh.
And by the ones you've never heard on the show until now.
Well, my real name is DJ Climax, and it's official because that's what my mom calls me now.
14 years.
I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky.
Thousands of shows.
Is Mocha a virgin?
I'm not a virgin.
Are you sure?
And 10 million podcast downloads.
Oh, it's an honor being here. You guys are an institution. I can't believe we got to be in the Roz and Mocha show. Keep doing what you're doing.
All of this for a show that almost never happened.
I immediately said no.
And I was crushed.
He said no.
I felt like the show had already failed, and we hadn't even built it yet.
This is the uncensored.
I don't know how I got the reputation for being the asshole, right?
And unhinged.
Looking back, I was an asshole.
I think that Mocha is far more of an asshole than I am, to be honest with you.
History of Roz and Mocha.
I told you I was gonna do it! All you haters, suck it! Suck it! Suck it! Suck it! Suck it! Walk on!
The Roz and Mocha show has been described a lot of ways. But if you had to pick one thing that defined the show, it wouldn't be a joke, a game, or fight. It would be a question.
Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite? Who is your favorite between Roz and Mocha? Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite? Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Who's your favorite? Where did that come from, and when did that start?
Who's your favorite has been in existence, I think, for just as long as our show has been around. Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
I can't answer that. I think I like you equally the best.
I think bosses and experts and consultants would usually tell a show, especially a new show, to not divide the audience and that they need to see you as a team or whatever. But who's your favorite is actually the result of years of forcing the audience to pick between me and Mocha. We did that from day one.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. How are you today?
I'm all right. So, how's everything going the last week?
Last week?
I was away, so I don't know if you guys are getting along anymore or what's up.
We always get along.
Well, that's not true.
It's not true at all. I remember the first day you guys came out and I called in, you guys made me say, it's the Roz and Mocha show or it's nothing. Like a couple months later, next thing you know, you got the Roz show over here, the Mocha show there.
It started really with just our personalities. And I was always sort of pissy and weird. And Mocha was always like super positive. And Mocha divided the show. He was like, there's the Roz show and then there's the Mocha show.
Go ahead. You're on the Roz show.
Hi, good morning, the Roz show. Can I help you?
Hello.
Hi, baby.
What's going on?
We're all flirty on the Roz show.
Good.
Yeah, but we give away free stuff on the Mocha show.
Shut up, Mocha.
The Mocha show was fun, was like sunshine and upbeat, up-tempo, like everything was great. And then the Roz show was just like, meh. Hey, guess what? The Mocha show is going to have his own condo in 2 weeks.
What kind are you?
The Roz show has a baby now.
Hey, shut up. Don't bring up my child while I'm flirting with my audience. How dare you?
The Mocha show is single.
Well, go Mocha show.
Holla!
And people would call in and they would say which show they liked better. So we were 2 shows like within one show. And it was super fun. And the audience loved it. And they got to pick. And that was really the beginning of the whole thing.
We should probably bring that back.
At the beginning of the show, when Mocha and I started this about 6 months ago, it wasn't us that were divided. It was the audience that was divided. And when we had first started, you know, like any team, people pick their favorites. And it came down to whether it was Team Roz or Team Mocha.
I think the only way any of this was ever going to work on the show is if neither of us took it seriously. And I know I never took it seriously. I don't think Mocha took it seriously. I don't know. Maybe he did.
I always felt like people who listened to the show favored Roz more.
I was on ET Canada. I had this big TV job and really leaned into like the ego of all that. Like on the radio, I cranked that up.
Because he was already at that level of celebrity status. And maybe I was jealous a little bit and I wanted some love.
Mocha's hot.
I knew that was the reason.
Okay, you should never have said that because now Roz is going to turn this into...
What's your name? What's your name? You didn't call to request a song. You called to talk to Mocha.
I did.
See? Okay, you got him. He's right here. What do you want to ask him?
How old are you? Are you single? What type of woman do you want?
Back then, when we started the show, like listeners would call in and they were like super flirty at the time. It was fun and it meant absolutely nothing, but we'd always get these flirty calls.
Roz, you have like the most sexiest voice I've ever heard in my entire life. I think you have like a phone sex voice and yeah, we could have fun. Mocha, you're more of a sweet, kind, innocent, I love you, first time saying it to your girlfriend kind of thing.
And then Mocha would always be like, okay, we're both going to say I love you, and then you tell us which one turns you on.
Oh my God, the I love you game. I think that's another one that spawned from jealousy because Roz just has that voice, that deep voice, that sensual voice, whereas I, not so much.
You guys have really sexy voices, by the way.
Oh, you want to do the I love you game?
Okay, I don't know how to play.
This is when Mocha and I each take a turn saying I love you, and you tell us which one gets you going.
I'd say it and then Mocha would say it. And then the only way that this was ever going to work, because there's like a fine line between fun and gross, is that we both couldn't try to win. Somebody had to lose.
I think the only way to make it work, to make it entertaining for everyone, was if I took it over the top and made it sound creepy. Although there were times where I really did try, and I know it didn't sound that way, but I really did try, and it still came across as creepy.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, here's me. I love you, Tanya.
That's hot.
Now here's Mocha.
I love you, Tanya.
Oh, that was sweet. That wasn't hot. That was sweet.
Damn it, why don't I have a sexy voice? I got a sexy voice too, you know. I know it may not come across that way, but I love you it up sometime. And 100% of the time it didn't work. I love you, Tanya.
I love you back too.
It sounded like like, I love you. Like, so, like, I think it sounded like that. If I were to do it now, no, I can't. I just go back to that voice. I can't say it without it sounding creepy.
Another way for us to sort of split the audience and compete against each other was to just lean into the who's better looking.
Everybody knows I'm the hot one on the show.
Of course.
A blind person would be able to tell that I'm hotter than you. Dude, let's do that. Do you want to do that? Let's do that. I don't know how many blind people are in the audience. I want to get 3 blind people in here. Feel you up, feel me up, bodies and everything. Okay? That's the truest test of who's hotter.
Yes, that is right. Yes.
I don't know. How do we find blind people?
So that was the idea, that I was so much better looking than Mocha that we could have blind people come into the studio and that they'd even be able to tell.
I don't even care if it's you could be a man. We need 3 blind people, and we'll put an end to this.
Okay.
Out of a group of 3 blind people, who would they say is hotter, me or Mocha? I think it's a brilliant idea.
I think Mocha.
No.
See?
Yeah,
Felicia knows.
There's no way.
Like, I knew that there was funny in there, and then I knew that there was like ridiculous drama in there.
It really honestly does drive me crazy when people... I don't have a lot of things in my life. It drives me nuts when people call up.
Hang on a second.
Hold on a second. You hold on. It drives me crazy when people call up and even hint at the fact that Mocha might be better looking than I am.
He gets jealous.
It's not a jealousy thing.
You say you don't have a lot in your life?
No, I don't. Well,
you don't have what?
Well,
sorry, hot ass girlfriend at home
yeah,
with a
that's
smoking
true.
body.
That's true.
You got a baby at home who's cute as hell.
That's true.
You got 2 jobs.
That's true.
One of them is a national television show,
That's true.
Entertainment Tonight Canada.
That's true, but I need
and you make
this.
loads and loads of money.
I know I do, but I need this.
What do I got?
I need to know that I'm better looking than you.
I remember feeling super uncomfortable because I didn't know how people would take at that time having us ask blind people to tell us who they thought was hotter.
So what we're going to do right now is, Dave, if you're okay, we'll start with you. So what I'm going to do is Mocha's going to stand right beside me. Now, Dave, I'm going to take your hands and put them on my face. So my face is right there.
I didn't know if we were going too far. I didn't know if we were going far enough, but I knew that we were going to have fun with it. And I honestly thought that after feeling up Roz's face, the blind people were going to pick him as being like the goblin out of the 2 of us. Dave's feeling Roz's chin right now.
Right, my chin. Oh, I got to hold on. I can't talk because if I talk, then my double chin falls.
I can do this. Feel he's got his hands all over Roz's wrinkles.
You shut up, Mocha. You shut up. That's enough for you to make an assessment, Dave? Yes, it is. Okay, now here's Mocha's face.
I didn't.
He's right
I didn't
there.
Shave.
He's little, huh?
Shut up.
All right, so
It kind of tickles.
that's all you needed?
Yeah.
Dave couldn't keep his hands off me. 2 seconds on Mocha's face.
Whatever.
So we're in the studio, and the blind guests are feeling our faces. And then one of them is like,
May I touch your behind?
if you would like to, but we do
important.
it. But we do it TSA style. You got to use the back of the hand.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, can you feel our asses?
I do not remember them feeling our butts.
Do you mind if I touch your behind?
Hell no, bro.
Awesome.
Go to town, baby.
All right. Thank you.
That's all you need?
That's all.
Okay, we'll move you right back in here.
They said I had the better one, right? I do squats. I know I have the better one.
This was perfect, and it was like such good radio. It was so dumb, but everybody was in on it. Everybody was in on the joke.
Have you made an assessment as to who is better looking?
Yes.
Okay. So here we go. And Dave, based on your opinion, who was better looking? Roz. That's one for me, Mocha.
Okay.
All right. Diane, you want to get right up here? Okay, there, it's right in front of your face.
Okay.
Based on feeling Roz's face, feeling my face, who out of the 2 do you think, in your opinion, is hotter?
Roz.
All right.
You guys know what this is doing for his ego, right?
Chris, come right up. Chris.
Christine, what is your verdict on either Roz's face or my face?
Mocha, it was a tough call because your name does evoke Starbucks Frappuccino for me, and that's important. But I did have to go with Roz just because of the clean-shaven thing.
Told you. I think if you were to draw sort of a direct line to how we got to who's your favorite, it would have started with Roz and Mocha votes.
This is Roz and Mocha Vote 2011. 2 candidates, 2 opinions, 3 platforms. That's if you include the one Mocha stands on to see over the desk. Is it Roz or is it Mocha? The phone polls are open now. Call 416-870-8888. Your vote means everything. The results mean nothing.
There was an election happening, and I'm not sure if it was like the city or federal or whatever it was. I don't remember. But this was an opportunity. Like, what if we had an election and we had people vote for who they liked best? There was no prize, no platform, no nothing, and it wasn't based on anything.
Is it Roz or is it Mocha? Simple as that.
That's it?
That is it.
So all people got to do is call up and say, I vote for...
I vote for Roz or I vote for Mocha.
All right. Roz and Mocha votes. What an amazing time. Because it was such a simple idea. It was a dumb idea. It was something that everyone could and wanted to participate in.
There was nothing at stake, and the winner got nothing. There was no prize. Nothing changed. But we just asked people to pick. Is it Roz or is it Mocha? You get 1 vote.
Yo, damn it, Maury. Just to make this fair, you're going to have to keep tally on this, okay?
I vote.
You can't vote.
This was one of the biggest things we had done, and the votes were like too many to manage almost.
All right, Kiss 92.5, good morning. It's the Roz and Mocha Show. Who's your vote going to?
It's Mocha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mocha.
Hey, damn it, Maury, you got to keep track of these, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so the first vote comes in from Mocha. By the way, if we are playing proper politics, if we do manage to get a call from the province of Quebec, that's worth like 25 votes.
Hi, Kiss 92.5. Welcome to Roz and Mocha Votes 2011. Who are you voting for?
I'm voting for you, Mocha.
Oh.
Thank you, baby.
Love you.
Love you too. Have a good day. Hi, Kiss 92.5. Who are you voting for?
I think I'm going to vote for Mocha, but I'm...
And we aired, oh my God, I don't even know how many phone calls we put on the radio. What I do remember, though, is that rightfully so, I took that title.
Okay, Mocha wins with 59.1% of the vote, whereas Roz lost with 40.9% of the vote.
There we go. That sounds a little bit better. That's a tight race.
It is. It is. Thank you, Dan Moore.
It's so weird. So weird with that.
Then after that, Mocha would end every single call the exact same way with the exact same question.
Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Mocha because he's putting less pressure on me.
Oh. What? I said nothing. So I just started asking people who their favorite was, secretly knowing that they would most likely choose me. I think the evolution of who's your favorite between Roz and Mocha happened when, without even asking people who called into the show, they would then say,
hey, can I get the question since you guys are on the line?
Sure. Ryan, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Mocha!
Wow.
That's when I knew it had an impact. That's when I knew it mattered to people. For as stupid as dumb as it was, or that it still is, people hung on to that and wanted to be asked that question.
There's not many rules on the show, but there are 2 things that everyone in the room needs to understand, and that is you have to be ready to laugh, and then you have to be ready to lose. And I lose a lot.
And between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Mocha.
Oh, that was too fast. That was too fast, Alana. At least go, oh man, I don't know. Don't make me say it before you say it. You don't just blurt out Mocha. That hurts my feelings.
The only rule to who's your favorite is you have to give an answer.
The frustrating thing for me is that anybody who does pick me, it always seems to really struggle with it a lot.
Oh, wait, before we let you go, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask. I never wanted to be asked this question.
But?
I'm going to have to say Roz.
Why does that sound like it hurts you so much?
Guys.
And I never want to know either. Like, if I'm their favorite, just say that and hang up. I never want to ask why.
I think Roz never wants to know why people pick him for who's your favorite, because 100% of the time, the answer is always some sort of a dig, some sort of a roast.
My mom wanted to tell you guys who her favorite is.
Oh.
And she said it's Roz because he's wise as an owl.
Oh.
Here she is. Say hi.
Oh.
There's just no way that I want to walk into another smooth, cool dude fiasco for another 2 years.
Hi, it's Roz Mocha.
Hi, Roz. It's Christine.
Hi, Christine. Mocha's here too. What's going on?
Okay, so Roz,
Yeah.
I would say you because I think you are like a smooth, cool dude. Like chill, relax. You just sound so like calm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Smooth,
Why
cool
is
dude.
that funny?
Smooth, cool dude.
Hey everyone, my name is Christine, and I'm the caller who called in and ruined Roz's life by calling him a smooth, cool dude.
That should be
Okay.
your new Twitter bio. Smooth, cool dude.
Okay.
I was calling in to defend Roz because I felt bad for the guy. He was on a long losing streak of who was your favorite, and I felt like he needed some more supporters. So I called in to give my support on who my favorite was. And I had no idea that I was going to make things worse for him.
Listen, you're not helping at all. Huh? You just gave Mocha ammo. Like you really did. I'm gonna get.
Man.
Okay.
I was like, oh no, what have I done? I knew right away, as soon as the words left my mouth, that Mocha was going to just take off with this, and it would just, be in Roz's ear all the time.
I don't think that you realize that you have just set me up for years of smooth, cool dude jokes.
But that's a legit. Not everybody has a sexy voice,
No, I know.
And not everybody could be a smooth, cool dude.
Oh, man.
As soon as that woman said, he's a smooth, cool dude, I knew in my mind, I knew in my heart that I was going to use that line, I was going to weaponize it and turn it into something great for the audience to latch onto, and it friggin' worked, and it worked for years on years, and it still to this day happens where people will call Roz a smooth, cool dude, and I cannot be any more proud of that moment. Nicholas in Vancouver, between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
I'm really sorry, Roz, but I have to go with the smooth, cool dude, Roz.
Wait, what? Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, you're funny, kid.
Yeah, kid. Thanks,
funny.
man.
Later, dude.
Thanks.
Before we let you go, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
You're not going to like me, Mocha, but I'm a diehard Roz fan.
Hey-yo.
He gives great advice. I'll give him the. I'll applaud
cool
the
guy.
Oh, yes.
Stop it.
By the way, it's smooth,
Stop
cool
it.
dude, Holly.
I was trolled for years. Like 2 full years out of my life. I couldn't post anything on social media without people flooding my comments with like smooth, cool references. That's a smooth, cool family, smooth, cool lawn, smooth, cool meatballs, smooth, cool feet. Years this went on.
Between Roz and Mocha, Aaron, who's your favorite?
Probably I'd say Roz.
Cool, thanks.
You want to know? Do you want to know why?
Yes.
I just heard he's like a really smooth, cool dude.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks for bringing that back.
Aaron's been waiting.
Honestly, was I proud of this? I would have to say yes. It's given me this unique connection to the Roz and Mocha show forever now. And anytime Roz hears smooth, cool dude, he will think of me.
Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
It's definitely Roz.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What a gift.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And unlike Mocha, I'm not going to ask why, because I don't want to know, because every time I do, it turns into disappointment.
No, it's not one of those like you're a super cool guy type thing like that girl said that one time.
what I mean? So it's not because you think he's cool.
Oh, he's super cool, but I'm not going to put him on blast like that, like the girl did on the radio.
Okay.
And yes, after all these years, Roz is still a smooth, cool dude.
As relentless and hilarious as the smooth, cool dude era was, that doesn't even come close to the expert level trolling pulled off by Caillou.
Caillou, what's the matter? That doggy scared me.
Caillou is like the ultimate troll job. It's crazy. This started in 2011. My kid was like 1, and at the time I was just getting to know like kid things, like kid shows, and I had no idea what that world was like. And then way before it became cool to sort of hate Caillou on social media, I went on the radio and just went off on how horrid this show was.
When you have a kid, you watch a whole lot of kids programming, and any parent of a little kid will encounter at some point in your life Caillou. And Caillou is this terrible television show about a terrible kid with terrible manners and a terrible attitude, and he just tortures his parents and everyone around him, and he's super annoying.
Oh my God, Caillou! Caillou has been in our lives forever.
I hate vegetables. I want chocolate chip cookies.
Cookies are for dessert, Caillou.
I hate that
Caillou.
kid. I hate that kid. I hate
Unless you're
that
an
show.
adult, you eat cookies whenever.
Then, for no reason whatsoever, someone started a Twitter account as Caillou, and then they started trolling me and like saying they were my son and I was like a deadbeat dad who abandoned them. Like, it was some really, really crazy shit.
Throughout history, there have been many rivalries, Roz.
Oh, no.
Memorable rivalries.
Yes, sir.
Biggie and Tupac.
Who could forget that?
No greater rivalry in the history of rivalries.
Of all rivalries.
And this will go down in the history books.
Okay.
No greater rivalry than our very own Roz Weston and that bald-head kid, Caillou.
Oh, my God.
On Twitter, like, I would engage, but I would never say anything other than, like, I would reply with, like, everyone hates you, or maybe the occasional die. But that was it. But as soon as Mocha started giving that airtime, that Caillou account started sending Mocha songs.
So Caillou, over the past 12 months,
Oh, God.
has been making music.
Why didn't you warn me you were going to do this, man? I was in a great mood.
Directed at Roz.
Hey, Roz. Why the long face? You think the fact that I'm your son is a disgrace? I may be spoiled, a little bit whiny, but I think you're just jealous because your head ain't as shiny. But whoa,
Roz, you need to pause.
take a deep breath, look at your own flaws.
Yo, these songs are like my favorite. I have like a Apple playlist already put together. Every single time a new song gets dropped, I add it to my playlist. And that's not the only one.
Roz is a man who's old. He keeps breaking his toe. He's not very smart, though he's my father. Roz is my dad. Roz is my dad. He knows he's guilty. No, I bet more he's sad because I make him mad because he's jealous of me. La, la, la.
Like, why would anyone do this? Like, it's when you think about it, like, it's next level weird. And then to like spin it into the fact that like I'm their father, it's super weird. We've had an email address for Caillou for years, and that's where we get the songs. We've written Caillou tons of times over the years and never got a reply.
Yeah, after I would get a new Caillou song, I'd reply back and be like, yo, this is straight fire. And I wouldn't hear anything back.
But when we started this series, we sent a list of questions, not knowing if we would get anything back. And this is what we got.
Hi, this is Caillou, and Roz is my father. People often ask, is Roz your father? I won't answer this question directly. I'll just be presenting some facts. Since 2011, I've claimed that Roz is my father, who secretly abandoned me. Roz has consistently responded to me, yet not once has he tweeted or said on air that he's not my father or that I'm not his son.
For somebody to keep up this Caillou gimmick for as long as they have, A, has to be a super fan of the show. Listens literally to the show every single day. So I appreciate that dedication.
I first started writing diss tracks to Roz in 2016. So it was already 5 years into the trolling game. I actually had just written up some silly song one night. I recorded it and posted it on Twitter. My goal was solely just to get on Roz's nerves, nothing more.
I don't know why the Caillou thing started. I don't know what I did, and I still have no idea if the person behind it loves me or if they hate me.
So back in the day, I used to live quite far from my high school, and my dad would drive me to school and drop me off in the mornings. And of course, as they do, Roz and Mocha would often ask their listeners to call in, and they would ask them who their favorite host was. My favorite host was Mocha. I felt really strongly about this. But then there was this period of time where caller after caller kept saying that their favorite host was Roz. And I thought it was ridiculous. So at that point, I realized that someone really needed to humble this man.
Since 2011, this started. And because I hate Caillou, I hate the television show. I hate everything about that little bugger. He's so annoying. He's terrible for children and sets a very, very poor example. What I think makes this troll job one of the best was Caillou, or the person behind the Twitter account and all the songs, actually showed up to my book signing. There was 600 people there, and it was chaos.
We probably talked to the person behind Caillou and had no idea.
And fans were so cool and so wonderful, and they were bringing gifts and pictures and cards they made. And by the end of the night, the table that I was sitting at was full of stuff. I finally had a chance last night to go through the cards, and I was going through them, and it was really emotional because some of them, they were just really beautiful. People are just really, really beautiful. And one of the cards I got read, "Dear Roz, I'm so excited about your success in new books since my high school years. Over 10 years now, I've loved listening to your radio show in my dad's car. I lost my dad unexpectedly in my 20s. I remember feeling guilty laughing at you guys without him. But you sharing stories about your own father and struggles while still achieving success has brought me so much comfort. Big fan, despite the fact I may not act like it. P.S. Read the capital letters in the note for a secret message. And the capital letters in the note are I-A-M-C-A-I-L-L-O-U. I am Caillou."
Stop it!
What?
So that's the card. That's the card right there.
In the note, I mentioned how, just like Roz, I'd lost my father as well. And one way that I dealt with grief, I think, is through humor and creativity. So it wasn't really a coincidence that I released my first diss track in 2016, a year later. Grief was really difficult for me to deal with at that time. And Roz would talk about his father and his loss from time to time on the show. At that time for me, it was a pain that people around me, my friends, didn't really understand yet. So I didn't really know how to deal with it. So when I would hear Roz talk about his father, expressing the things that he'd gone through and how he was able to pick himself back up and achieve amazing things, that was actually quite inspiring to me. And this is actually something I realized that I admired about Roz only a few years after I started trolling him.
I don't know who Caillou is, but they've brought a ton of laughs to this show. Don't get me wrong, I still fully hate them, but maybe this now will be the end of it, or not.
Will I ever actually reveal who I am? So, I'm Caillou, and that's all everyone needs to know.
As one of the longest running radio shows in the country, it would be impossible to track just how many people grew up with Roz and Mocha.
Most days, I don't think we really notice how long we've been doing this show for because it just feels so normal. It's just so routine. It's only on the days when somebody calls up and they say that they've been listening since grade 10 and now they're a dentist and about to have their second baby.
Hello?
Hi, Sarah, it's Mocha.
Oh my goodness, hello.
So Sarah tweeted this morning and said, I've been listening to the Roz and Mocha show since I was 11 and now I'm 21.
Oh, shut up.
And they're still the best.
I swear to God, I'm not lying.
So thank you for your loyalty, Sarah.
Oh my God, you guys don't understand, like, the only radio station I listen to.
Wow, and you're 21 now. So
for half your life, you've been a fan of the Roz Mocha Show.
I have.
We've always said that we've raised a lot of kids on this show.
when we hear from fans who tell us how long that they've been listening, it still blows my mind. Every single time we talk to someone and they say, I've been listening since I was a kid. I'm an adult now. I've gone through high school, college, university. I'm married. I got kids. It still blows my mind.
I love and hate these calls. The ones that really drive me nuts is when people call up and they're like, man, when I started listening to you guys, I was like a kid. And guess what? Now I'm married with 2 kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it just makes you feel so old.
Now, on the flip side, I know Roz hates those calls so much, which is even more encouraging for me to put every single one of those calls on the radio.
I don't hate them. They just make me feel old as shit. I start to feel like a dad, like to all these, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't know, because I just remember when you kids used to call in when you were all 15, and we used to talk to so many kids who, were at that time, I don't know what it was. It was still pre-social media, and parents weren't as open, and they didn't have to have a lot of these difficult conversations with their kids. And we had a lot of kids call in who had really tough questions that they needed answers for, and they couldn't ask their parents. And so Mocha and I did a lot of raising of children back then. We were answering a lot of questions that never even made it onto the radio. Like we would spend hours just talking to kids and talking about their problems and about life and everything. And to now, have you guys all call us back at 25, 26 years old. It's incredible. Like, it's such a moment of pride for us. It's awesome.
There's a lot that we take away too, like listening to you guys all the time. You always offer great advice, and it helps, like, every day.
I think what blew us away when it came to all the kids that grew up listening to the show is when we found out that a few of these kids went on to become famous, really famous.
Hey guys, it's Alessia, Cara, and one thing you might not know about me is that I grew up listening to Roz and Mocha for years, and I love them so much. So I would mostly listen to the show in the car on morning drives with either of my parents, usually my mom when she'd drive me to school or when I'd go to work with her in the summertime. So mainly it was entertainment for our car rides, which is something that's really nostalgic for me and something that I hold really close to my heart, those morning car rides and listening to them. So that was the main way that I listened to them, but we also had them on in the house all the time too.
Alessia is a great one because it was actually her mom who was the huge fan. And she was one of those kids whose mom made them listen and then just became a part of their lives together. It was something that they shared.
Alessia, Cara, how's your mom doing? Because I know your mom is a super huge fan of the Roz Mocha Show.
Yes,
you guys
she's probably listening. She's gonna, she still loves you. She's amazing. She's always listening. Constantly, tells me every time you guys talk about me. So be careful of what you say. Be nice.
We've never said a bad thing about you.
She will tell me. No, I'm just kidding. She always says you guys are so nice. That's why I'm so happy to be here, because you're always so supportive and sweet, and it's just the best.
Thank you so much, Roz and Mocha, for providing so much fun entertainment for people every single day for so many years, including myself, and for supporting me as an artist as well. It's meant so much to me that you guys support me the way that you do, because I grew up listening to you. So thank you, and congratulations on so many years together.
Hi there, I'm Kevin Albas, and I'm from Lock and Key and Yellow Jackets, and I grew up a massive fan of the Roz and Mocha Show. I kind of tie the Roz and Mocha Show to my freedom, because that was around the same time that I was driving and taking myself everywhere. So there was something kind of freeing when I'd be on the road listening to Roz and Mocha, because it was I was getting my life started. At that point, my career was just getting started. I was just starting to book some roles for the first time. And so I kind of think about that a lot when I think about the show. I think about that time in my life, and it was exciting. It felt like there was a world of possibilities, and at the same time, I hadn't done that much yet in the industry. And so I think about the world of possibility when I think about the show, really.
Kevin Alves is another one. He was doing Lock and Key on Netflix. It's like this sort of full circle moment. He grew up listening to us and has so many memories from his childhood tied to this show. And now it's almost the same thing for me, where I have so many incredible memories with my kid watching his show. And it sort of blows me away.
So I used to have theater that started at 8 o'clock. And whenever I'd get to the theater early, I would make sure that I still stayed in the car just to hear the let's do the news, because I just wanted to know what was going on like just before 8 o'clock all the time. So even if I was early, I'd sit in my car just waiting just so I could hear that part of the show.
You know, like they'd sit in their cars and listen to the news before school. And there's a million kids and adults where that was the last thing they heard every day.
They have a way of like telling the news in a really funny way. So I would get like all my pop culture information and like things that were going on in the world in a really funny way with funny commentary.
Okay, wait. No, let me try and do this right. Okay. I think he goes, let's do the news.
Sometimes you don't even know when somebody's a fan until they walk into the studio, and then you can kind of see it in their eyes. Like their eyes start darting around to like try and figure everything out. Like, okay, he sits there and he sits there. And yeah, this all making sense now. And Mina Massoud was exactly like that. And he came in to promote Aladdin that he was starring in. And you could tell that he was a fan.
Yeah, dude.
Yes,
I grew up listening to this show.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah, dude.
So
are you guys still on the subways?
We are.
Yeah. See?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Stephan James. You may know me from movies like Race or If Beale Street Could Talk. What you don't know about me, though, is I am the biggest fan of the Roz Mocha show. So shout out to Roz Mocha. I actually went to school downtown, but I lived in Scarborough, so you can imagine I had a good hour in rush hour traffic, that I had to kill. And so, those are the guys I went to, Roz and Mocha, hearing the stories, hearing, the way that they would pick on each other, hearing, all the new music there was to offer, the interviews that they had, the contests, the games. I always try to call in, but didn't really get lucky. It was always just a moment, it was the place to be.
Stephan is so talented, man. Like, he's another one of those kids that we are just so proud of. And not that we had anything to do it. He was going to be a star no matter what. That's not what we're saying here. But he took us along on that ride with him. And that is so incredible.
My earliest memory of the Roz and Mocha show would have to have been, honestly, probably like, it sounds crazy, like 9th or 10th grade. I remember, it was something that was always entertaining. It was something that was, you look forward to listening to the Roz and Mocha show. It felt like television, but it was radio. So, I just remember that it was a very fun time for me whenever I cut on the radio.
I remember when Stephan James, big-time movie star from my hometown of Scarborough, came in. I was excited that he was coming in, and he walks in excited to see us because we're the show that he grew up listening to. And I'm like, bro, you're a big-time movie star. I'm excited that you are here. Like, this was such a weirdo moment.
Yeah, it was surreal. It was surreal, to be honest. I guess you get so used to these guys' voices, and even though I had known what they looked like, it's just like, to be in front of them and to associate the face with the voice. Still trippy, I think. Still trippy to this day, but such a cool thing, man, and so honored to to have gone from a fan to an interviewee. So it was fun.
Amazing. Stephan James, always such a pleasure having you join us on the Roz Mocha Show. It's great to hear your voice, great to see your face, and we look forward to what you guys have coming up.
Hey, love, man. Whenever I see Roz Mocha on the PR schedule, it's going to be a good day, man.
Hell yeah.
You're the best, man.
Much
Thank
love
you
to
so
you, bro.
much.
You take care.
All right, y'all. Love. Appreciate it.
It felt like friends. It felt like after a long day or early in the morning, you could listen to, some guys that were just your friends.
Simu Liu, another one. He is like part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we are a part of his universe, his life.
Here's the real, all right? The Roz and Mocha Show kept me company every morning on my drive to the GO train station where my parents would drop me off. I listened to the Roz and Mocha Show in the car. I listened to the Roz and Mocha Show at home. These are my guys. These are my guys.
Bro, you grew up listening to this show. You're a fan of this show. We talked to you when you were like, Kim's Convenience. We talked to you when it was announced that you were going to be in the Marvel universe.
When the story broke that Simu was going to be a Marvel star, like when he got Shang-Chi, I remember he called in like that day and he was in Australia, probably breaking like all the rules of everything he was and was not allowed to talk about with Marvel. But he brought it to us.
Hey, what's happening?
Okay, so a week ago, you were not a Marvel superhero, and now you are. How does this happen?
Oh, God. Where do I start, man? I don't know. I'm still trying to believe it myself. But so last Sunday, I flew to New York to screen test. Tuesday afternoon, my phone rings, and it's an unknown number from Burbank, California, and my mind just, like, explodes because I have a feeling. I know who it is. Jumped out of bed, picked up the phone. And Kevin Feige, who, you probably know is like the prolific MCU producer, architect, whatever have you, his booming voice comes down and it's like, Simu, we'd love to have you play Shang-Chi. Now, very important, you don't tell anybody. We're trying to keep this a secret. And I'm like, my heart is, and I'm like, yes, sir. Won't let you down. Hang up. Immediately call my parents.
Oh, man, Simu. He's a Ken. Can you believe it? We raised a Ken.
Thank you. Big fans of you both.
Thanks,
thank you, brother. Take care, man.
To be a part of just all of these lives and journeys and wins and really, for the most part, not even knowing about it. It's always a shock. But you know what? The feeling is the exact same. When we hear from people who have become like teachers or dentists or Grammy winners or superheroes, their stories are really all the same. That there was this part of their journey or their fight or whatever. There was just a part where we rode together. And it's really, really beautiful. It's really, that is not lost on Mocha and I. Just the amount of time that people have shared with us.
I think things got super wild when we started hiring people to work on the show who grew up listening to the show. And Shem is a great example of that.
The first time I heard the Roz Mocha Show was back in 2009. I had just finished university, and I was a big fan from the very beginning. So I started out here as an intern, and now I'm the executive producer of one of the biggest shows in the country, and it's surreal. It kind of feels like a childhood dream come true, honestly. It really does.
And look at the guy now. He is just so important to what we do here every single day. We would not be able to do any of this without him.
This show is way more fun than I think people think it is. We have a blast. We come in here, we belly laugh every single day, and it's just the best.
Deepa was another one. Deepa was really young when she started listening to this show.
I never ever thought that I would join the Roz and Mocha Show, to be honest. Like, I thought maybe I'd hop on here and there, but never in a full-time capacity. So I actually don't even know how that happened, to be quite honest.
Yeah, when Deepa joined the show, it was like another one of those things where it was super weird because she would freak out that we're the show that she listened to, and then now we're the show that she's on. And I didn't know how to take that.
No, I was afraid of Roz the first time I met him.
You were afraid of me?
Yeah, I was scared of you because, like, I listened to you on the show, like, growing up, basically, like, for half of my life. And I was like, oh, like, Roz is a super, like, macho dude and, like, tells it as it is. Right. But it turns out that you're an okay guy. Like,
okay, listen, we raised you, okay? You know what I mean? We raised you. This is what you get, right?
Okay guy.
An okay guy. Maria, same thing, exact same thing. She grew up with this show. Like, she was little.
When I started listening to the show, to be honest, I can't even pinpoint an exact time because I just feel like I grew up listening to you guys from the moment you've started. There was no specific day, I can't even remember, but it was almost like I knew anytime I got in the car, you guys would be on the air. Roz Mocha would be on the air every time. So I would say if I had to put a pinpoint to it, I must have been in grade 8, grade 7.
Yeah, I think the freaky thing about Maria is that she was literally a kid when she started listening to the show.
From going from a fan to now a part of the Roz and Mocha show has been a surreal moment, but also kind of still feels like a dream for me.
The fans love her. It's all around good energy and another great example of someone who we could not do this show without.
Maria has a crazy story because I think she was in like junior high, like she was like 12 or 13, and she called into this station as a kid to win One Direction tickets.
I was in grade 9 and I vividly remember this day like it was yesterday.
And she's like a kid like freaking out, like a regular sort of, 1D fan who back in the day called their favorite radio station and won tickets.
Hi.
Hi.
What caller am I?
What's your name?
Maria.
You sound like you're shaking a little bit.
I am. I really want these tickets. I'm a huge fan.
Well, you know that they're performing at the Molson Canadian Amphitheater on May the 29th, right?
Yeah.
It's the first ever headlining North American tour for One Direction.
I know, and I really want to go. I've been a fan of X Factor.
Well, Maria.
Yeah?
You're part of history. You're caller 92.
You're kidding me. Oh my God, you're kidding me right now.
Nope.
When I hear the clip of me winning One Direction tickets, a little part of me wants to curl inside and hide because I cannot believe I cried like a little baby. But it's also so funny and so amazing to think that my life has brought me from being fans of the Roz and Mocha show to winning tickets to my favorite band ever to now being a part of the whole radio station. I always said I want to be able to be at that level. I want to be able to have a show like that. I want to be a part of that show if I ever could, not to make them sound old. I never thought they'd be around by the time I got into the industry. But now being here and on the show, it is absolutely surreal. I love being here. They have taught me so much. I learn so much every day, and it's a full 180 movement. Like, I cannot believe that I've gone from winning tickets to listening to them to now, pressing their buttons every morning. One thing I heard about Roz and Mocha was that they never hang out off the show. And, I always thought that it was a bit they'd play like, okay, they don't really do anything outside of the show.
You always hear the guys say, no, we don't hang out. We just do the radio show. I'm here to tell you, them boys don't hang out. They never talk to each other outside this show. It's the weirdest, wildest thing.
And then when I joined and getting to meet and learn everybody's kind of post-show weekend routines, I really realized that, man, they really don't hang out at all on the weekends, like at all.
I'm pretty sure I've hung out with Roz and Mocha individually more than Roz and Mocha have hung out together. Crazy.
I don't even think they talk outside of the show, if I'm being honest with you.
We get this question a lot. Why don't you guys hang out outside of the show?
Why don't we ever hang out? I know people don't believe us.
I don't know why it's been that way since the very beginning, but guess what? It works. It just works that way. And we come in the next day and nobody's bitter. We have a good time. We laugh and then we go our separate ways at the end of the show.
And why? That's the question, right? Why don't we hang out? I don't know if there's even an answer to that. I don't think it would make us any better. I don't think it would make us any closer. And I also sort of love that we don't hang out.
No one's going to force myself and Roz to kick it outside of the show. And guess what? Things are working to our benefit. So why mess with the timeline? If it's fine, it's fine. Nobody's mad about it.
Our friendship from day one played out on the radio. And nobody has what we have. Like, can you imagine that every single conversation you ever had with a best friend was on tape? Like, from day one, we have that, like the entire history of our friendship. is in the archives. Like, we have it all. And it's really, I think, it's such a gift.
So at the beginning of this, there was one question you didn't answer. What would your lives be like without each other? Like, where would you be?
Where would my life be without Mocha? Or what would my life be without Mocha? I went a lot of years not needing anyone, just sort of taking all of this shit we don't talk about and adding it to the stack. And I have been gifted with some incredible people in my life who have sort of loved me and believed in me. And even when, and especially when, I didn't believe in myself. And Mocha is right there as one of the most important people I have ever met in my life. And I'm not sure he even knows that. Even today, I don't think he does. I don't think he knows that I would not be, not the job, but I wouldn't be the person that I am today without him.
My life without Roz. Oh, man. Well, the show wouldn't exist. I wouldn't be able to do a show like this. And I think our show has evolved. We learned a lot from each other about each other. I think that we've shared a lot about our lives, not just on the radio, but off the radio. I don't know if I'd be having as much fun with anybody else doing a radio show like this.
Mocha looks at life in a way where you're like, God, like, I want that. Like, I want to be able to do that.
I don't know if I would have as much trust in another person to do this kind of radio show the way I have the trust in Roz.
I just don't want to let him down. He's too precious to me, right? To one, hurt his feelings, or two, let him down, or make him think that I'm not trying as hard as he is. And that's I want to work hard for him, and I want to impress him, and I want to make him laugh, and I don't want to break his heart. I don't want to let him down. And so that's my motivation. It's always my motivation, is to just not let Mocha down.
We work hard for our families. We work hard so we don't let the other person down.
That guy and this show have made a lot of dreams come true. And I think without him, I'd still be chasing this to get to where I am today. But without him, I don't think it would ever have happened.
I don't know if I would be here.
When you do radio right, like when you truly do it right, where you build an audience and you build a relationship and you build a fan base, when you do radio right, you don't become famous, you become family. And that's the way that I feel every day when we finish the show, right? It's more than a job.
I never in a million years expected to be on a radio show that has made such an impact for as long as we've been doing this show. We just came in every single day. We worked hard. We did this show. Year one passed, year two passed, and it just kept going.
I know this show means a lot to people, but they mean just as much to us, and really to anyone who has ever shared even a minute of their life with us. It's everything. You are everything. We wouldn't be here without you.
Oh, Roz and Mocha definitely feel like family.
I love you guys so. This is crazy.
Oh my God, yeah, they feel like family, for sure.
Roz and Mocha are definitely family.
I would definitely say Roz and Mocha feels like family. It's kind of like being with them as they talk about their life and not only seeing their kids grow, but just kind of watching my kids grow with them.
Roz and Mocha definitely do feel like family.
Roz and Mocha do feel like family. I feel like they're those cousins you see once in a while at the family dinner, like from your dad's side, that are super fun.
I don't want to say, but Roz kind of feels like my dad at times.
Mocha is definitely my fun uncle.
Even my kids now, they look up to Roz and Mocha.
Roz is like that step uncle that I secretly always want to like me, but I'm still like shy to actually interact with.
Roz and Mocha, yes, they do make me feel like, I'm a family member of the Roz and Mocha show.
I feel like they're a person I can go to with my troubles and they make me laugh, or they hear me out. They give great advice.
Mocha feels like a brother at times.
I feel like I've been right there along with them. And to me, they almost feel like I'm with a couple of brothers listening to their hilarious stories.
My husband and I, we got together bonding over the Roz and Mocha show, and they have been with us through every step of the way. They are our kids' honorary uncles.
They make you laugh. They make you, sometimes they make you cry, and they're just, that's exactly what family's like.
They both feel like truly family, and it feels like they know me and I know them, as silly as that sounds.
Yes, I've definitely cried along with the show.
I've cried along with the show.
I have cried along with the show when the guys have gone through their ups and downs through life.
I have cried along to the show a couple times.
Okay, so I 100% feel like Roz and Mocha are a part of my family. I wouldn't be able to live a day without them.
Everybody, we have laughed, cried, we have gone through everything with them.
They are like family to me. I feel like I know everything about them.
They are family. Roz and Mocha are absolutely family.
I definitely feel a lot of emotions when I listen to them because they feel like family.
It's comfort. It feels like home.
The show has helped me in so many ways. It has gotten me through the best of times, the worst of times in my life.
I remember calling in when I was getting separated, and I asked how to explain that to my son.
My father had suddenly passed away, and I spoke with Roz and Mocha. I think they were able to help me in a certain way get through it where I may have not have been able to handle it the way I did without them.
I remember going through a breakup and calling in and being all awkward, not knowing what to do, but their advice helped me.
There's days where I'm just not in the mood to laugh, and there are days where I'm not happy. That's when I need the podcast the most, and the show in the morning.
I was able to find the right place that I should get to and should be, which is right here, right now.
I feel like they do a lot for a lot of people, and they definitely do amazing things for me. They really help me build myself as a person.
The show has helped me. It gave me some incredibly sound advice when dealing with a very traumatic breakup.
All of my time outside of being a mom and working is Roz and Mocha.
What makes me laugh is how blunt and truthful Roz is, for sure.
There are several things that make Mocha great. First off, he's a wrestling fan. That's always a positive.
Mocha's laugh, it is contagious.
He's got a contagious laugh that I've now brought into my day-to-day life.
It's definitely put a smile on my face. It's definitely put an extra bounce in my step. It's made me laugh through a couple hard times.
Without them, they are the missing piece to my heart.
They changed my life for the better. They gave me so much advice on how to grow an adult in this like crazy changing times.
I've been listening to Roz and Mocha before I had kids. Now I got 2 kids.
My life without Roz and Mocha would be, first of all, very boring.
So my life without them would be very hard.
I think my life would be pretty boring without them in my life. So I'm happy that they're there.
If the show went away, I don't know what I would do in the morning. I'd have to talk to my husband or something.
Brand spanking new
show. It is called the Roz and Mocha. Good morning. It's the Roz and Mocha show. Roz and Mocha show. And you sound like. By the way, it's a fun show, so. Honest to God, this is my dream job. My favorite radio station. What's going down? Brent's making a new show, so if we screw up today, then yell at the boss. The boss is the one that let us loose on these microphones.
Matthew.
Don't you dare. What?
It's time to say goodbye.
Oh, don't start with me. I'm on the toilet. No, Maury, don't you dare.
It's time to say goodbye.
Goodbye to who? You?
No, the history of Roz and Mocha podcast is over. Say goodbye to everyone.
What do you mean it's over? I didn't get my segment. Yeah, I love how they didn't interview me. I'm not a part of this. Meanwhile, I have to suffer this show and all its stuff. Like, I've been part of this show too, I think, for like all these years, suffering all you fuckers calling me at like 6, 7 in the morning. But what's that? It's supposed to be uncensored and now you're beeping me. Okay, I'm mad and I'm swearing because I'm mad. I'm swearing because I'm mad that you interviewed 500,000 people for this podcast, but you don't think to talk to me. So,
Okay, well, that was wonderful.
Go yourself.
Okay, say bye.
Bye.